All right. What's good, y'all? Hey, good news. I mean, man, we could use some good news, right? And good news for you is my book on audio is available for you, written and read by yours truly. So if you want to catch a solid right cross, you can listen to it for free. And this isn't a solicitation, y'all. I hope you guys listen this far to know that, because I know you guys got answers. Like, Zoe, how do we, or asking anybody, God help me, what are we going to do about this mess? How do we fix this? How do we? Well, that's what my book is for, and I hope you guys will give it a listen. But and I got the link in there so you guys can go. You can check it out. You can listen to it for free, y'all. Listen to it for free. Just go to my website and you can listen to the whole thing. You guys are looking for answers. You guys are looking for insight and how to get past all this nonsense, all this race baiting, and all this prejudice propaganda that's constantly being promoted out there. I hope that you'll go give my book a listen. Right? I want to help y'all. I want to help. The book is available for you to listen to for free. Of course, if you want to leave a donation, that's great too. Very much appreciated. But just start getting some insight, y'all, because from both sides, right, and even from my conservatives, well-meaning, but they're missing a serious part of the angle here, y'all. And I wanna touch on this a little bit more. Let's start with the whole white privilege narrative. As I've discussed with y'all in the previous one, conservatives are dropping the ball on this. They've misunderstood the whole white privilege thing, and they're actually giving it more power to grow. You're giving it more fuel to grow. Once you go in and you start getting defensive about saying, I don't have white privilege and I did this and I don't, and white privilege doesn't exist and it's just some liberal narrative and all that sort of stuff, you missed it. You missed it. You just gave liberals more power to promote their narrative. Republicans, please understand this. The Republican Party itself was founded to end white privilege. Hello? Too many Republicans really, they've forgotten what it is to be a Republican. They've forgotten why the party was founded in the first place. And they give so much material for Democrats to promote the idea that the parties have switched sides. You do it to yourselves. That's what a lot of these people are suckered by. They think that there was some party switch and Republicans helped them. Republicans are out there saying there's no white privilege. There's that doesn't exist. Meanwhile, they're forgetting that's why the Republican Party was founded. It was founded to abolish slavery. It was founded to end white privilege. White privilege was authored by the Democrat Party. They are the apartheid party of the United States, y'all. All this stuff that these people are so angry about is what the Democrats did to them in the first place. And they keep them locked up in their cities to do the same things over and over again. This is their voter stock. This is their constituencies that they keep control over. They control everything about them. They control what they think. They control what they believe. They control what they flip and eat. They control how they vote. They control their population. They have them under their control. The Republican Party was founded to end that. But unfortunately, a lot of Republicans came up in the Democrat-run school systems. So the very foundings of your party has been obscured over the years. And this is why people can't tell the difference anymore. This is why Republicans are so defensive about white privilege. They've forgotten that it's a real thing. They've forgotten that it's something that has made people really angry. And it's the Democrats who have done this. I mean, you got Republicans out there getting defensive over being white and forgetting, dude, it's not about you. You have, if these people have a legitimate gripe and you can direct them to where that gripe is supposed to go. You're trying to tell them that, well, you worked your tail off. I didn't get any privilege, right? I worked hard for what I have. They don't hear that. You know what they hear? When you try to tell them how hard you worked, what they hear is at least you got the opportunity to. You may have worked your tail off, but at least somebody gave you the opportunity to do it. They passed up us black folks and chose the white person to hire. So you got the opportunity to do it. Whatever it is that you got to build, nobody got in your way to build it. Whatever job you got, nobody got in your way of doing it. You got favoritism. You benefited from white privilege. It may have been the Democrats who did it, but you still benefited from it. You still benefit from slavery. It's just going to go. You're going to try to reason with people who have been taught to be unreasonable. These people out there writing, do they look reasonable to you? These people they're not given over to reason. It's like we get conservatives even saying all the time, these people aren't taught how to think. No, they're exactly. They're not taught how to think. They're not taught how to reason because these people their reason is not stimulated. Their imaginations are. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you this for years, but I know there's a lot of stuff that's blocking my ability to reach a lot of folks. And a lot of it is because people, they're so defensive. They're so defensive and they don't want to give up their innocence, right? They think an indictment is coming and say, y'all, it's a true gripe. It's a real thing. White privilege is a real thing. All right. And it was instituted by the Democrat Party. I hope that you guys will go and check out my book. I hope you check it out. Read it. You guys want insight into this? You want to know where a lot of this stuff is coming from? It's like you got black people out there talking about disenfranchisement. You got these black folks out there legitimately upset, right? I don't blame them for being upset. My issue is that they keep giving power to their oppressors. They're in these Democrats. It's like they talk about the criminal justice system. Y'all go with it. Trust me. Go with it. When they talk about the justice system is unfair to black folks and there's all this unfairness, go with it. And then point them to where they live. Everything about where they live is controlled by Democrats. The prison industrial complex, they want to go with it. Because who's running the justice system? It's all these activist judges. They're all liberals. The litigation field is a legion of liberal law writers, attorneys. It's wrought with them. Who's putting all these people in jail? It's all these liberal attorneys. They're mostly Democrats. These judges, right? All this stuff that these people are learning from in the highest positions of influence, in the schools, you name it. They're all getting mind humped, molested by Democrats, white elitist Democrats. So yeah, y'all, white privilege is a real thing. Go with it. Trust me. If you're a Republican and you understand the roots of your party, you will understand that white privilege is a real thing because that's why the Republican Party was founded. It was founded to abolish this institution. Too many Republicans have forgotten that. All right. So, it's not going to do you any good to try to get out there and compare struggles, y'all. No, you don't want to go there. Trying to have a peeing contest over who's the bigger victim here. No, guys, they have a real gripe, right? It's a real thing. The problem is that they keep giving money. They keep giving their power to the monster. All right. So, and really quick, let me close with this. You're dealing with a lot of people out there. It's a herd mentality. All right. It's a herd mentality. And you're trying to get out there and try to speak to these people in mass. These people don't want to step away from the herd. They don't want to be ostracized. You have to find a whole different way to connect with these people. It's a whole different mindset. And the example has been given to you. The liberals have shown you how it's done. And it's quite effective. They've shown you how it's done. I hope that you get my book, or at least you can listen to it. Like I said, you can listen to it for free. Just go to my website. The link is in the description box. Go to my website and hear how this stuff plays out. You want to see how it's fixed. You've been listening to all these talking heads and stuff like that, and for all their talking and whatnot, this is what the outcome of it is. And I'm not saying that what they've been telling you isn't helpful, right? But they're not getting down to the nitty gritty of it. I hope that you check out my book. Like, say, for instance, things like, people ask all the time. It's like, why do black people why do they stay in it like this? One, the Bible tells you why, right? And that's one of the things that when we go into, if you go into my book, I'm going to be pointing y'all to these things. The Bible gives us the answers on this sort of stuff. All right. You want to know how to fix it. One, you got to dig in the Word of God. He gives us the heads up on this. There's really no excuse for us to not know at this point. But he's given us the heads up on it. It's a life manual. It takes patience to read it. And that's the problem. A lot of people don't have any patience. And it erupts into stuff like this. It takes patience and it takes perseverance. It takes adaptation. It takes the Holy Spirit to give you the strength and the resolve and the wisdom to know how to navigate through this sort of stuff and what angle to approach this at. And there has to be different angles. There has to be different streams of angles. But unfortunately, conservatives think that the only angle that they have to do this with is reason. Republicans think that they can reason their way with this. It's like, no, man, no. Like I said, these people look reason to you. They didn't get to where they are by being reasoned with. Their ability to reason hasn't been stimulated. That's why they are where they are. What they're influenced by has been shot to them in a whole different approach, many different approaches, in an approach that you haven't tapped into because you think that just reasoning with them is going to do it. And you can't do this with the herd. It's not going to work. I mean, after all these years, I'm telling you, it's just not going to work. All right. So, but you're dealing with people who don't want to be ostracized. A lot of it is an intimidation factor. You see what happens. Any of these people who look like they're not square with the program, they can get hurt, right? You can beat up right there on the spot if they're not square with the program. Okay. So trying to talk to them. No, none of these cats want to be said. They don't want to be called Uncle Toms, house N-words, sellouts, and probably get beat up. Right? It's like if you ain't playing along, buddy, you can get hurt. So this goes from your peers, your family, your family will even tear you apart. Right? This is what goes. This is things that go down in the Black community. This happens in a lot of cultures, right? But the thing is, y'all, the Democrats, the most important block to them, the most important block to the Democrat Party is the Black community. We're the ones that and y'all don't take this as you got to coddle to the Black community, that you got to pander to. No, it's not that. What I'm trying to tell my white conservative counterparts, my compatriots, this isn't about paying special attention to Black folks. It's not about pandering to us, kissing our behinds, or anything like that. It's nothing like that. What I'm trying to get conservatives to understand is that the Black community doesn't need to be protected, but you have to guard it. Why? Because the Democrat Party highly prizes the Black community to influence the rest of the country to get what it is that they want. You have to get in the way of that. It's not about special treatment for Black folks, but the Black community is a special block to the Democrat Party, always has been. You have to get in the way of that. I'm trying to tell you. Okay? We don't need special treatment. We don't need to be pandered to. We don't need any of that. But unfortunately, there is a certain amount of attention that you're going to have to pay to this narrative. And you're going to have to get in the way of Democrats because Democrats lean on the Black community the most to push through their policies. We're their biggest weapon. All right. And you can get in the way of that. Tell them the truth about who the Democrat Party is. Don't get defensive about your white innocence. You're going to have to ditch your pride on that because it ain't got nothing to do with that. You don't, if you try to bring that, make it an issue, you will become part of the problem of it. All right. Trust me, don't do it. Just go with it. White privilege. It's a real thing. And then from there, even on the spot, y'all, you may not be able to reason with them. Different angles are going to have to be, you're going to have to take that reason, that truth, and it's going to have to be delivered in a different vehicle. So please go to my website to start listening to my book, y'all, A Solid Right Cross. You want this race nonsense? We're not going to do away with it completely, y'all. We're not going to fix it. We're not perfect people. We're not going to fix this. But y'all, there's a certain amount of sanity, okay, that we should at least be able to maintain. Right now, this is over. This is a little over the line. Okay, we're pushing up into the orange and into the red here. Right? There's a nominal amount of sanity that can be, a little bit on edge. This is too much. All right. Life is gonna get everyday life. There's like the everyday challenges to your sanity. All right. Everyday challenges. Every day is gonna have its little rock the boat. The sea is gonna have a little bit of turbulence sometimes. It's just the way that it is. That's just nature. This right here is to a boil. All right, we're at a fever, man. This is too much. We got to bring that back down to a normal operating temperature. So if you want some perspective on that, y'all, again, please go check out my book, Solid Right Cross. The audiobook is there. You can listen to it for free. If you want to leave a tip for it, great. If you don't, fine. But share it, listen to it. So I thank you guys again for your time. And let's be prayerful about this, y'all. In our own power, we can't fix this. You really want it fixed? Let's humble ourselves before the Lord and get his answers on it. He's the eternal God, y'all. If you want preservation, leaning on our own understanding won't preserve it. Leaning on what's eternal, if you want something that's preserving, that would be the thing to lean on. He is the Prince of Peace, the eternal Prince of Peace. Lean on him for preservation. All right. Thanks, y'all.